There might be a ton of knockouts in UFC history, but few of these knockouts still manage to stand out for their uniqueness. These top 5 rare knockouts in UFC history are not for weaklings and they do not happen often. You might want to stick around to the end, and also, watch out for the timing, style, feet and fists of each fighter. Whatever you choose to do, ensure you don't blink, otherwise you might miss out on some of the most devastating KOs in UFC history. Let's get started. Anderson Silva vs Vitor Belfort. At the UFC 126, the world got to witness the first ever front kick knockout, and it was delivered by none other than the Spider. It was a title bout and Silva was defending his championship belt against the Phenom. Vitor Belfort, who was formerly a light heavyweight champion, was trying to attain the same height in a different division. Belfort was in for some disappointment, as Silva proved that he wasn't ready to part with his crown anytime soon. Belfort was entering the octagon as a classical aggressive striker. However, this was not a major challenge to Silva either, as he was known to be a renowned counter striker. The fight started a bit slow, with both fighters waiting for the other side to strike. Vitor finally stepped forward with the first punch that landed on Silva's face. The then middleweight champ then responded with a head kick, which he missed. Vitor goes for a takedown that had the champion on the ground for just a few seconds. The back and forth continued, with both men attempting some more strikes. While still in round 1, Silva landed a front kick to Belfort's jaw and followed it up with punches. The referee Mario Yamasaki had to stop the fight at exactly 3 minutes and 25 seconds. With this victory, Silva successfully defended his middleweight belt for the 8th time. At the end of the bout, Belfort blamed himself for not acting fast enough to block the straight ahead kick from the Spider. Ben Askren vs Jorge Masvidal. This particular knockout from the Askren-Masvidal fight broke the Ultimate Fighting Championship records by being the fastest KO. Jorge Masvidal took just 5 seconds to defeat Ben Askren at UFC 239. Masvidal sent Askren into a state of confusion with his flying knee, and Askren was left helpless as Gamebred followed up with 2 punches to the face before referee Jason Herzog leapt on top of the down fighter and ended the fight. Masvidal was not hesitant to celebrate his victory and also used the opportunity to mock Funky while he was receiving medical attention at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Masvidal taunted his defeated opponent by pretending to be knocked out himself. In a post-fight interview with Joe Rogan, Masvidal unapologetically unleashed more words against Askren. Although Askren had previously accomplished other mind-blowing feats in combat sports, he will always remain a major figure in UFC history for being at the receiving end of this KO. At the time of the Askren-Masvidal matchup, Masvidal was a 16-year MMA veteran who was barely known in the world of mixed martial arts. His 5-second flying knee knockout of Askren made him famous and totally changed his career. Masvidal literally became one of the biggest stars in the game. As a result of this rare KO, Masvidal went on to land big money matchups and even title shots in the welterweight division. On the other hand, Askren would go on to lose to Demian Maia via 3rd round decision later in 2019, before announcing his official retirement from the MMA before the end of the year. Edson Barboza vs Terry Etim. When it comes to mixed martial arts, nothing is impossible. No one ever imagined a fighter winning via a spinning wheel kick knockout until Edson Barboza did it at UFC 142. Barboza knocked out Terry Etim in the octagon by a first ever spinning wheel kick knockout. This shocking moment came at 2 minutes and 2 seconds in the 3rd round. The fight began with Etim sending out multiple jabs to cover up distance and then attempt a takedown. The takedown was successful, but Barboza wasted no time in getting back up to his feet. Barboza throws a wild overhand that missed Etim but followed up with leg kicks. Etim led with a hook, but he was clobbered with several punches from Edson Barboza. The pair traded leg kicks, but it was Edson's that landed with more power. Etim slowed down after his early flurries and took a spinning back kick from Edson Barboza as the round came to a close. In the 2nd round, the duo continued with the exchange of kicks and punches. Edson Barboza landed a big leg kick to open the final stanza. Etim attempted a jumping knee, but Edson circled away. Etim attempted a takedown, but he was stuffed and then received an uppercut for his troubles. Barboza with a wheel kick KO, Etim is out cold, and Barboza knew he didn't have to follow it up. This type of victory was something that no one predicted, and it helped to move Barboza up the lightweight ladder. Dan Henderson vs Michael Bisping. This famous clash between Dan Henderson and Michael Bisping birthed one of the longest feuds in UFC history. When the pair met at UFC 100 in 2009, Henderson scored an unbelievable knockout that he quickly followed up with an academic punch to his unconscious opponent. This crushing knockout has continued to haunt the British fighter for years and is always featured in memes. Bisping entered the octagon as an underdog against Dan Henderson. At this time, Henderson was already famous for his big right hand. Most fight fans expected Michael Bisping to minimize the power behind Henderson's right hand by circling to his right. However, Bisping decided to do the opposite by circling to his left. This opened him up to the right hand of Henderson, which was waiting for the right moment to strike. Then at 3 minutes 20 seconds of the second round, Henderson landed his right hand. This move sent Bisping straight to the canvas. He then followed up with a slamming hammer fist to the face to ensure that Bisping does not find his way up. When Henderson and Bisping met for a rematch 7 years later, Bisping exacted his revenge against Dan Henderson and also retained his middleweight championship. The Brit defeated Hendo via a unanimous decision in the main event at UFC 204. Jose Aldo vs Conor McGregor. Precision beats power and timing beats speed. These are the words of UFC star Conor McGregor, and he proved it to be true when he knocked out Jose Aldo in just 13 seconds to become the undisputed UFC featherweight champion. This is the fastest title bout in UFC history. The victory also earned McGregor the name Mystic Mac. Prior to the fight, Notorious had promised to take out the long-time 145-pound king with a quick KO. Everyone doubted the words of McGregor. The win was made even better when he was seen practicing the KO blow backstage a few minutes prior to his fight with Aldo. McGregor ended Aldo's decade-long unbeaten run in 2015 with a 13-second knockout, and the Irishman drilled the exact punch just moments before the fight. This fight was one of the many times Mystic Mac has been correct in his predictions, first bringing that nickname to light when he knocked out Diego Brando in his hometown of Dublin. In recent years, McGregor and Aldo have laid their rivalry to rest and showed support for each other in the UFC. Just 6 months after their fight, Aldo won back the featherweight belt McGregor vacated and revealed the Irishman congratulated him with a gift. Jose Aldo, who is arguably one of the greatest fighters to ever compete in the UFC, had retired from the world of mixed martial arts in 2022. The news of his retirement came less than a month after Aldo's most recent fight, a unanimous decision loss to Merab Dvalishvili at UFC 278 that snapped the 3-fight winning streak. He retires as number 6 ranked bantamweight in the MMA Fighting Global Rankings. Do you think there's any other rare knockout that we should have added to this list? Let us know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel.